Tonight, we have a blockbuster main event as Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady take on the Outsiders. Will the former founders of the NWO take down the fan favorites, or will the old school get schooled?
What's up, YouTube? This is MathWiz97 and welcome to episode number 49 of my WWE 2K16 Universe mode, and we're kicking this off. Curtis Axel one-on-one with the former United States champion, Cesaro. As right now, a bit of chain wrestling from these two men. Back and forth they go. And as you saw earlier on, our main event will feature the Outsiders, Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, taking on the team of Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady. That's set to be an epic clash in our main event. But for right now, Cesaro and Curtis Axel are going back and forth. Huge European uppercut by Cesaro, and that might have just turned the tables. This back and forth matchup, from this point on, might be a one-sided one. Certainly will be if Curtis Axel keeps getting hit with European uppercuts like that. Or even a German suplex like that. Cesaro drops the knee right into Curtis Axel's face. And Damien Sandow is here at ringside watching his partner compete against the former United States champion. As Curtis Axel delivers a punch to the gut of Cesaro. Axel, he has faced Cesaro in the past. At Over the Limits, there was a triple threat for the US title, which of course Cesaro did retain, but Axel, he wasn't involved in the decision. Unfortunately for him, his shot at the US title was taken away once Alberto Del Rio was taken out by Cesaro. So Axel tonight could be looking to finally get that victory over Cesaro that he never could achieve at Over the Limits. As Axel, he's got Cesaro, backbreaker, a slingshot backbreaker. And now the hook of the leg from Axel. 1, 2, no, a kick out at 1 by Cesaro. He's not going to show any signs of weakness as this matchup goes on. Curtis Axel now a kick right to the face. It's been a very rough go of it as of late for Axel and Sandow. But tonight, if Axel could get a win over Cesaro, over the #1 contender for the US title, could definitely set up a brighter future for Axel. Belly-to-belly suplex from Cesaro. Cesaro's looking to shut that down with the double foot stomp and then the kick to the face. That is vintage Cesaro. But no, Cesaro, he wants a better future for himself. He wants his United States Championship back. And if he has to go through Curtis Axel to get there, well, so be it. Cesaro with the shots to the back of Axel. But Axel back to his feet, and a shoulder block. Damien Sandow applauding Axel for his efforts here at ringside. I don't expect to see Sandow getting involved in this matchup. That's usually not the way that they roll, but Cesaro does have to keep Sandow in the back of his mind on the off chance that Sandow would provide a distraction. As Cesaro delivered a punch to the face, but Axel now, an uppercut. That one staggered Cesaro. And Curtis Axel has him. Amateur wrestling takedown. Cesaro dropped to the canvas. Axel to the second rope with the elbow drop. Talk about vintage Cesaro. That is vintage Curtis Axel. As he picks the Swiss Superman to his feet. And Curtis Axel, the snapmare. And the whiplash. Cesaro's head bouncing off the canvas. Hooks the leg. 2. No, a kick out again from Cesaro. Axel arguing with the referee, but he is wasting valuable time if he continues to do that. Curtis Axel. He's got Cesaro in the corner. What could he be looking to set up here? Doesn't matter. Cesaro counters. And after a shoulder block to the gut, Axel whipped into the other turnbuckle. And a vicious European uppercut from Cesaro. And now, are we going to see it? No. Axel's trying to get back to his feet. He knew what was coming. You do not want to take a ride on the Cesaro swing. You might never get off. Cesaro went for a European uppercut, but Axel dodged it. Axel, inside cradle. Shoulders are down. 1, 2. No, a kick out by Cesaro. Near fall, though. Axel nearly caught Cesaro off guard. And now, perhaps looking for the perfect plex, but it's blocked. And a suplex from Cesaro. Axel brought back to his feet. Cesaro a European uppercut. As Axel knocked into the corner. Irish whip from Cesaro, and another European uppercut. Curtis Axel, he's down. Could he be out? Well, he might be out after this. Cesaro's got him hooked. And the Cesaro swing is on. Curtis Axel getting swung around and around and around by the Swiss Superman. The King of Swing just swung Curtis Axel into oblivion. And now it could just be the beginning of the end. Cesaro picking Axel to his feet. And now throwing him into the corner. Cesaro placing him up on that top rope. This is not going to be good for Curtis Axel. The man who calls himself better than perfect is about to get hit with a picture-perfect butterfly suplex from the top rope. Beautiful move by Cesaro, but it's just as destructive. And Axel could be out of this thing. Cesaro gut-wrench suplex, but he's still got him hooked. He's looking for the trifecta. Gut-wrench suplex, the second one connects. And now, he nails it. Curtis Axel, things are going from bad to worse. And we know what usually follows that. Cesaro cracking the neck. Axel doesn't really even know where he is. Cesaro, though, he knows exactly what he's got in store. Neutralizer! And this match is over. Cesaro flips him over, hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. In dominant fashion, Cesaro puts away Curtis Axel. And that's a much-needed victory for the King of Swing as he prepares to take on Baron Corbin in a rematch for the United States Championship at the Survivor Series pay-per-view. Does Cesaro have what it takes to defeat Corbin? We'll find out at Survivor Series. But of course, the matchups that took place earlier on, Christian getting a win over Alberto Del Rio, Hideo Itami and Finn Balor, our tag team champions, pick up a victory, and John Cena scores the win over the Real American Jack Swagger. But it is main event time here on Main Event, and this is the fan favorite tag team, the up-and-coming stars of tomorrow, looking to become the stars of today. It is Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady.
My name is Enzo Amore, and I am a certified G and a bona fide star, and you can't teach mesh. And this right here, this is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall, and you can't teach that. Bada boom, realest guys in the room. How you doing?
They are the realest guys in the room. And of course, it would only be fair that they are accompanied by the realest commentator in the room. Am I right? No? Anyone? Okay, I guess we'll drop that. But anyways, these two men, they're ready to get in business tonight. They're looking to make quick work of the outsiders.
And for our so-called opponents tonight, we have one word to describe them, and I'm gonna spell it out for you. S-A-W-F-T.
Let's get this show on the road. Big Cass, Enzo Amore, they're ready to go. But the question is, are the outsiders ready to go? We saw the return of Kevin Nash last week on Main Event. And of course, Kevin Nash eliminated Big Cass from the Battle Royal. And it came down to Big Nash and Kalisto but it was Kalisto who eliminated Kevin Nash, and now it will be the Lucha Dragons going on to take on Balor and Itami for the WWE Tag Team Championships. Meanwhile, Colin Cassady, he's looking to get that win back. He's looking to get the win back for his family, Cass and Enzo. But Scott Hall, you know, Kevin Nash, he's brought some family of his own in the form of the artist formerly known as Razor Ramon. That is right, Big Daddy Cool and Chico, they are here. Razor Ramon, Diesel, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall, ready to go to work on Colin Cassady and Enzo Amore. Who will get the job done tonight? Will it be the veterans, or will it be the up-and-coming stars of the future? Nash and Hall, they're looking just as good as ever. And evidently, Kevin Nash's quads are still holding up, which is good. It's always good to see that these two men are back in business. I mean, we've seen in the past, after they took on the Shield, they really did suffer some bad injuries. They were out of action for quite some time. But now look at this. Bit of a war of words between Enzo and Scott Hall. Well, Enzo Amore not taking too kindly to that. A jab to the face. And there's a reverse elbow to Scott Hall. And it is Enzo Amore, just look at that, using Scott Hall as a carpet. And now Enzo's breaking it down. Enzo, a kick to the gut. He blocked the attempted strike from Scott Hall. And Enzo, you do not want to get hit with those jabs of his. He's got a... wait a minute. Seated senton from Enzo. Enzo Amore just really taking it to Scott Hall. Look at the moves. Enzo Amore, those punches of his are devastating. And Scott Hall, well, I'm sure he can tell you that better than anybody right now. But now an elbow drop by Scott Hall. And now he's picking Enzo to his feet. Scott Hall with some punches of his own. Couple body shots, head shots, and then a clubbing blow to the back. And now Scott Hall could be looking to tag Kevin Nash in this matchup. Motioning to the crowd as Enzo, he's in trouble. About to receive a double team on the part of Kevin Nash. And Scott Hall, double suplex from the former founders of the NWO. Of course, Kevin Nash as well, former founder of the Wolfpack. As Enzo backed into the corner. And of course, before even all of that, two members of the Clique. And you don't cross the Clique and come away unscathed. Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are looking to teach that to Enzo and Cass tonight. The cover, but Cass is there to break up the pinfall attempt. Big Nash tossing Big Cass outside the ring. And Scott Hall, no wait, counter by Enzo. There's an elbow right to the knee of Scott Hall. And now Enzo with an uppercut. He had to wind that one up. And now Enzo. He is just like a rabid terrier in there. Hall whipped into the corner. And now Enzo, the tag has been made. And Big Cass is going to get his size whatever boot into this matchup. And once Big Cass is tagged into the matchup, the pace is going to pick up. Look at Big Cass. He's fired up as always. Scott Hall, he's in a world of trouble as Big Cass with a big knee right to the gut of Scott Hall. Whenever Big Cass sets foot in the ring, the tempo, the intensity of the matchup just goes through the roof. Look at Big Cass with a military press. Scott Hall just has no answer for the power of Colin Cassady. Nor does he have an answer to the aggressiveness that Big Cass is bringing to the table. Hall whipped off the ropes, and a big boot from Big Cass. And are we going to see it? Setting Scott Hall up for the Empire Elbow. That could put Scott Hall away. The hook of the leg. 2. No. Kevin Nash just gets in there to break it up as Enzo Amore takes him down with a neck breaker. But the damage has already been done. Nash broke up the pinfall. Scott Hall will live to fight for at least another few seconds. A big boot counter from Scott Hall. And backbreaker to Colin Cassady. Scott Hall with a counter. Just like that, turns the tides and now makes the tag to Big Nash. And Big Cass is going to feel a beating as Kevin Nash with these knees right to the gut, one to the skull, staggers Colin Cassady. And now it's Kevin Nash. Look at his strength. He's still got it. Military press to Cass, and now stomps right into his face. Could break his nose with a boot like that. Just look at the size of these two men. These two gargantuan mammoths. Kevin Nash looking for a neck breaker, but Cass counters. Oh, and a huge right hand. What a devastating right hook that was from Colin Cassady, and now tossing Scott Hall onto Kevin Nash. Big Cass, he's taken out both members of the Outsiders. Big Cass just cannot be stopped. Hall whipped into the corner. Nash follows suit. Oh, and look at Big Cass sending Nash right into Scott Hall. Colin Cassady has just taken control in this matchup. Hall and Nash have no answer to it. Cass now looking to make the tag to Enzo perhaps, as Nash bounces out of the corner, side Russian leg sweep. And the tag is made. In comes Zoe. Enzo now up to the top. Kevin Nash has no clue where he's at. And Enzo Amore with a cannonball senton from the top. Now the cover. 1, 2. Oh, almost a 3 count right there. But Nash hangs on. Drop kick to the back from Enzo. And Enzo, just in this matchup, he is completely outsized, but that's not stopping him from taking the fight to Nash and Hall. He might be the smallest man in the matchup, but that does not mean that he has the smallest amount of fight in him. Enzo to the second rope, but there's Scott Hall, a cheap shot. Referee's got to keep that under control. Big Cass looking to get in the ring, but the referee tells him to get back out. Otherwise, he could risk disqualification. Kevin Nash, a huge boot to the skull. Nearly kicked Enzo's face clean off. And now Kevin Nash grabbing him by the face to pick him up. Now could be looking for the jackknife. No! Enzo counters. He counters the jackknife into an arm drag. And now to the top rope. Elbow drop. Right to the heart of Kevin Nash. Again, Cass trying to get in the ring, but the referee looking to keep him at bay. But now Cass, he's about to get into this matchup through legal means. Let's look at Enzo. Cass and Enzo, beautiful double team move. And now another tag is made. Big Cass sending Enzo for Air Enzo off the top rope. Enzo, the hook of the leg. This could do it. 1, 2, 3. Enzo Amore and Colin Cassady have just defeated the Outsiders, the Clique, the NWO, all in one single match. Big Cass and Enzo Amore. You talk about the tag team in the future, you're looking at him right here. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this episode of WWE 2K16 Universe Mode. Be sure to stay tuned for the next one, and until next time, keep on YouTubing.